Hi everyone, my name is Mrs. Frazita, and this is the first video of the year for Calculus AB. So I want to go over some important highlights from my green sheet, as well as the idea of flipping the classroom, and even a little bit just about myself. So the highlights for the green sheet, these are the things to kind of focus on. Use of calculator. The TI-89 is the most capable calculator that I would recommend for this class for calculus, but I know a lot of you out there probably have the TI-84 and that calculator works fine as well. Let's see. Oh, I do actually have a slide. Okay, so the TI-84 works fine as well. There's going to be some things that the TI-84 will not be able to do that the TI-89 will. If you happen to have some other off kind of, well, I say off-brand calculator just because Limbrook is so dominant TI, but if you happen to have an HP or Casio or something else and you know how to use it, that's fine. Feel free to use that calculator. I will say that I'm pretty good with the TI-84 and 89. I can't claim to know all the other brands out there and how they work. So if you have something different, you're a little bit on your own. The TI, well, there's TI-92s and TI with CAS and the nav system and all these other things out there. And those are great calculators too, so if you feel like you want to get something fancier than the 89, feel free. Once again, I'm real good at the 84 and 89. If you have something else, just make sure you're feeling comfortable learning how to use it kind of on your own. Okay. School Loop. I do use School Loop, and I encourage you guys all, make sure if you haven't already got an account, sign in. Also, please have your parents sign in. I know that's the best way to get a hold of teachers, pretty much most teachers on campus, so please encourage them as well. The calendar section is going to be your best friend for this class because it will have all of your assignments listed, as well as all the important links to videos and attachments of worksheets and things like that. Everything will be posted in the calendar section. The locker is kind of just my backup. I don't always remember to post things in the locker. I always post attachments and such. You know, if you have a worksheet and you missed class, look in the calendar first. If it's not there, then check the locker. But the locker seems kind of like my archive because it doesn't change from one year to the next. I can just keep adding things. So you might see worksheets that were given in past years and things like that in the locker. Also, I do use the grade book in School Loop, so that means pretty much at the end of each test I try to update everything in School Loop's grade book, and you can kind of see how you're doing as we move throughout the semester. Okay, so maybe you've heard, if you were on campus last year, that I'm known for flipping the classroom. Ms. Kramer does this as well. She also teaches Calc AB. So if you haven't heard or you're not sure what flipping the classroom means, basically flipping the classroom is the things that normally, traditionally, you do in the class, you're going to actually do at home. And the things that a traditional class would assign as homework is actually what you're going to be spending time on doing in class. So for a math class, pretty much what this is meaning is what you typically thought of before as your homework sets from the book. That's what we're spending our class time doing. So when I make an assignment, I expect you to be working on it in class and finished it before you walk out the door. And what you would be doing at home then would be watching a video of the lecture. And I know in years past, I used to stand in front of the room and do my lecture, and it would quite easily last 45 minutes, and by the end everybody was about ready to run for the door. So by putting it on video, it's a little bit shorter, and you have the ability to rewind and watch a part again if you missed something. If you were absent, you can still watch the video. And in class, it seems like our time is a lot better spent for actually just cranking out the problems, giving a whole bunch of problems a try. If you get stuck on something, you're sitting in groups most often, so you can turn to somebody in your group and say, hey, can you help me with number whatever? Or you can call me over if no one in your group is feeling like they understand it. So it should be better use of our class time, and you should find that instead of spending so long on your assignment, that you actually are getting quite a few problems cranked out more quickly than if you were staring at it all by yourself at home getting frustrated. That's the hope, that's the idea with flipping the classroom. Okay, so we'll give it a try. I do have a participation grade in the class, 5%, and the bulk of that is basically coming to the board and explaining how you did certain problems. These will be problems that you had been assigned already and that you've tried. and that other people in class are kind of confused on, and so we put them up on the board. So you'll be expected to write it out on the board and then turn around, face the class, explain to everyone how you worked out the problem. One thing, being that it's calculus, I do expect that you guys have done this in the past, probably for previous math classes, and that you kind of know the ins and outs of this. But my expectation would be that rather than standing there and reading the step-by-step process that you went through, that you're actually able to kind of think in terms of what was the hard part of the problem and key into those ideas and talk through the steps, generally in terms of your thought process, rather than, first I multiplied 2 through and then I divided by, nobody wants to hear that. It's already on the board, people can follow it. The other participation grade, or the other thing that can affect your participation grade, would be, of course, if you are off task in class. So if I ask you to, have to put away your cell phone because we're texting or whatever in class, or you're working on your English homework instead of working on your math assignment, things like that, that would affect your participation grade as well. Minutes missed, the third item, that would be if you walk in late, or you are always constantly running to your locker because you forgot to bring something to class, or had to run into the office, or whatever it is. So anytime that you're outside of class when you should be inside of class, those I call minutes missed. So kind of total them all on a chart on the wall, and that becomes your participation grade. So each time you go to the board to present a problem to the class, that can be worth 3 points. And I expect that you end up the semester with 20 points. The negatives for being off task and minutes missed, those are 3 points per time, and they get subtracted from that 20-point total that you're hoping to shoot for. I do allow 3 tardies or minutes missed per semester. So, everybody's human. You forget something, have to run to your locker, or walk in late a day, whatever. You get 3 of those times in a semester without it negatively affecting you, and then after that they're 3 points each. Okay, the finale, a little bit about me. Well, I have 2 lovely kids, Leah and Finn. Finn is 2 years old, my little boy, and my little girl Leah, she's 4. If you want to get me off topic, just start asking me about my kids. We have a lot of fun. Let's see, up here I have a picture of my husband and my daughter and his mother. My husband's Japanese, and his mom and whole family actually still live back in Japan. And let's see, the picture over here with Goofy, that's my sister standing there with my 2 kids, and my daughter is on the horse there, Bowtie. No, we don't own the horse, but she had a great time at the horse camp this summer. My favorite places to go shopping. I love being outside, so REI is kind of my favorite. Also, I bought a house this summer, or moved in June. So Home Depot, definitely a favorite place these days, as well as Bed Bath & Beyond. And this summer I spent a lot of time at Jamba Juice taking my kids there, and Gymboree, my favorite kids store. In my spare time, I like to be outside. I guess I said that already. Here's a picture on the right of my family at Yosemite. We were going swimming in the river there at the base of El Capitan. And then the other picture going to the beach. I like to be outside, so just some fun things. And that's pretty much all there is about me. So I look forward to getting to know all of you this year. And please feel free to come talk to me if you have any issues as the year progresses. And it should be a lot of fun. Thanks for listening. By the way, no need to take notes on this video. Enjoy it while you can. Future videos, you'll all be expected to take notes. Okay, thanks.